read it to you guys and pretty much just tell you. I'll even show you what Chris McMinn, his probable cause is. So just give me a moment, guys. This is his probable cause affidavit for arrest without a warrant. You want to get a close up on this? On 12/14/2018, Deputy Chris McMinn of Beaver, can you see it? Beaver County Sheriff's Department was dispatched from the office to 6 miles east of the Elmwood, Oklahoma, to the Northern Natural Gas Plant. Dispatch advised me that a man was taking pictures of the plant and that the plant employees had asked him who he was and why he was taking photos of the plant. They advised that he refused to give any information, which I don't have to do. Anyway, let's proceed. As I was driving to the area, dispatch advised me the subject was standing in front of the plant wearing a brown coat, blue jeans, and a hoodie with the hood up, partially covered with his face. Now, the reason I had my hood on and partially covered with my face was because it was about 35 degrees out and there was a high wind, so it was very cold. Okay. Anyway, let's proceed. Upon arriving in the area, I saw a vehicle approximately half a mile west of the plant. I could also see a subject walking west from the plant of the north side of the road. As I approached the subject, I witnessed that he was wearing a brown coat, blue jeans. I turned around, initiated my emergency lights, and stopped behind the subject, which he did. As I exited my vehicle, I stated, "Hey buddy, let me talk to you." The subject kept walking with his hands in front of him near his jacket. I then said, "Stop, I need to talk to you." As the subject turned, he had an object in his hand, which I immediately placed my hands on my service weapon and did not holster it. Unholster it. The subject then showed his cell phone in his hands and saw my hand on my weapon. He then stated, "You don't need your gun." I don't even think I said that, but let's continue. I then asked the subject for his identification. He refused to present one and stated he did not have to show me ID, nor did he have to ID. I then told him that I was on the scene and had legal purpose to ask for identification. He again refused and kept calling out statute numbers and case law. I never once said any statutes or any case law. This guy's delusional. He did not want to talk to me, but kept trying to talk to Deputy Scott Mitchell. And I tried to keep talking to Scott Mitchell because Chris McMinn was aggressive, who arrived on scene. I then asked a third time for his identification. He stated he did not give me an ID. I then explained that I was investigating because of terrorism actions that could be taking place, and that I need to see his identification. He refused and laughed and stated he was not a terrorist. I then told him that if he did not produce his identification, that I would arrest him. I did state that I would arrest him for failure to identify. At least he admits he said that. At least he admits, right? Okay. I then asked for his ID and he refused, so I restrained his wrist and began putting on handcuffs to place him under arrest. He was taken to my patrol car. As we were pulling off the scene, he stated he was having a panic attack and needed his medication. I told him I could not give him any medication till he got to the jail. As we turned north onto Highway 23 at Elmwood, the subject asked for EMS at that time. I called dispatch and advised them I was transporting the subject to the hospital with lights and sirens, which he was. He was going about 110. Upon arrival at the hospital, the medical staff took control of the subject for treatment. As we were waiting for the subject to be released by medical personnel, the phone began ringing at the hospital with people calling and threatening lawsuits against me at the hospital. As we were waiting, the subject's girlfriend came to the hospital and kept trying to talk to him, and I asked her not to talk to him. While she was there, she put a man by the name of Freeman on speaker. He began asking me questions, and he also threatened to take my home away from me by suing me personally. I don't know about you guys, but that's not a very good probable cause affidavit for any arrest that I know of. So this is a joke. You wanna get a good look at that, guys? So this guy, he under his assumption, he believes this is a good probable cause affidavit for an arrest. I don't know about you, but this is the most craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.